Hello everyone, welcome to Poetry Surprises, and today I just want to tell you a little story. A few months ago I was on a bus travelling from Le Gare Saint-Jean in Bordeaux to Bordeaux airport, and I was coming back to London and then coming back up here to Scotland. And it's a journey I frequently take, so I kind of knew what to expect en route. But at one point, the bus pulled up and was stationary for quite a while opposite a very narrow street. Now, Bordeaux's got lots of narrow streets in a sort of creamy sandstone, sometimes very sort of smirched by the city and dirt and dust. It stopped, the bus stopped, and I had a lot of time to look down there, and I saw that there was a demolition notice. And so I started inspecting further, and I realised they were going to clear this street and the streets all around for new development, something that's going on quite a lot in Bordeaux to some political conflict. Anyway, I looked at the name of this street, and it was called Rue Charles Marionneau. Very small, insignificant street, and it set me to thinking. So I got out my phone and I started making some notes whilst still seated there, stationary. Eventually the bus started and I was going on, and I started looking a few things up, and I realised I was actually writing a sonnet. A sonnet that wasn't actually rhyming, but it was going to be 14 lines. It just felt like it, and it was 5 beats per line. So I noted it down. By the time I got to the airport, it was already packed away and finished. And it's hardly been revised, but it's interesting that you tend to think in sonnets. That's what I find really interesting. Once you've got that form and shape, it lends itself to an encapsulated thought. And it's interesting because I've been looking at sonnets, as you know, through these poetry surprises for quite a while now. And I noticed that the language is becoming more sophisticated, the rhythm's freer. And what I've done in this sonnet, as opposed to some of the others that you will hear or have heard, is I've avoided rhyme except for the last couplet. And it kind of makes it a sonnet anyway, because that couplet, after Shakespeare and all that we've come to expect from that thudding couplet at the end, somehow makes you realise that the form is a sonnet, even though there's no rhyme. There are 5 beats per line, but there's no rhyme in between. So by the time I got off the plane, I'd given it a quick revision, and I've since looked at it a few times, but I'm just going to read it for you, and I hope you enjoy it. Bulldozer. A narrow road, its buildings grimed with dirt. The naming plaque says Charles Marionneau. Who? Dead. Commemorated, but just a name. Once a doctor or priest affecting lives. This how memory works or fades. The street looks set for redevelopment, and then Charles Marionneau will be erased, replaced by statesman, activist, footballer or clown. The collective act of forgetting starts with small black holes in tissue in the brain and grows to bulldozers making space for all goodbyes. Charles, you never were, and by that same token, I am not now. A thought to set me free from the terrible amnesia of history.